All right, so Mike is logging in right now to the presentation. So we're just going to give him a few more minutes to get logged in, and then we're going to get going. I'm really excited for you to see what he has to say about video marketing because, as you know, as I've posted in the group, video marketing is very, very importante. You know, there are lots of websites, but there aren't that many YouTube channels. Video is still a low competition area. So I definitely can't wait for you guys to get these tips so that you can start taking advantage of video marketing and promoting your practice. So Mike is here to present on video marketing. He is the founder of Success Media Solutions. Mike, can you hear me?
Here we go. All right. So as Kendra said, video marketing is really, really important for your company, for your business, for your brand. And I'm going to jump right in to a few video statistics. Okay. So right here, one of the first statistics I'm going to show you is that 87% of marketers use video for content marketing. All right. It's very, very important. It's one of the most important parts of marketing. You can see here that marketers use it. Photo galleries, articles, blogs, they use all that stuff, but 87% of marketers use video marketing as part of their marketing mix. All right. Another very, very important statistic is the fact that 96% of consumers find videos helpful when making a purchase decision online. All right, so you absolutely, if you're selling a product or service, you absolutely have to have video as part of that marketing mix, because people who are looking to purchase something online, whether it's a product or service, they want to see video. They find it more helpful when they can see a video of whatever it is that you're offering. 58% of consumers consider companies that produce video content to be more trustworthy. 71% of consumers say it leaves a positive impression of a company when they see a video on either their website or on some other form of media. And 77% of consumers consider companies that create online video as more engaged with customers. All right. Another statistic, 53% of websites with videos on the first page, they get people there that stay longer. Okay. You're likely to appear in the first page of Google searches if you have video on the first page of your website. So it's really important. The landing page, wherever you're sending people to in your URL of your website, if you have a video on there that explains who you are, maybe talks about your service or what your company does or what you offer, you're going to get a higher search engine rankings on your website. All right, and some other interesting statistics to note here. 3 times more likely to buy. People who watch video on your website are 3 times more likely to buy your service or patronize your business. YouTube has the highest conversion rate of all social media platforms, and we're going to get into that a little later. And another statistic is that 74% of all internet traffic in 2017 will be video. Think about that for a second, guys. In 2 years, right? Almost 3/4 of all internet traffic is going to be video. So that is a really, really big deal when you're thinking about, video and how important it's going to be in marketing on the internet. All right. All right. So this is me. All right. I'm going to get into a little bit about, who I am and what I do. So Success Media Solutions, which is my company, is a full service marketing company. We're here in South Florida. We specialize in video production and online advertising campaigns. And I've done footage and content for Demand Media. We've done stuff for Nissan. For the past 3 years, we've done the Miami Marathon when ING was still a sponsor. We did all of their video footage and so on. New York Times. We've done footage for them. So that's what we do. That's where our experience lies. That's the meat and potatoes of Success Media Solutions. We're first and foremost a video production company, and we mix that in with marketing as well.
Thanks for that, Mike. I can hear you now, just so you know.
Okay, I can hear you.
Hear you, so you're not alone.
Okay, all right. Okay. So was everyone hearing me? Okay.
Yeah. Like I was saying, everyone else can hear you. It was just me having that little technical glitch, but we figured it out. So thank you so much for continuing without me.
Not a problem, Kendra. All right, so that's who I am, and that's what my company does. So without further ado, I'm going to get into some video marketing tips. Guys, I cannot overemphasize how important having a YouTube channel is. Like I stated earlier in some of the video statistics, YouTube is the highest converting social media platform there is out there. And one of the big reasons for that is that video is one of the most engaging forms of marketing. It's one of the most engaging forms of social media. It's how, like, we're visual, human beings are visual people, right? We want to see what someone is talking about. We want to see what they're presenting. And that's part of the reason why YouTube is the most highest converting social media platform there is out there. So I would strongly suggest that you start a video channel now, a YouTube channel now. All right, so that's my tip number one. Start a YouTube channel. Video marketing tip number two is to optimize that channel. And what do I mean by that? All right, so to optimize a channel, you have to think about what service you offer, what your business is, what your brand is, and choose your channel name based on that, because I don't believe you'll be able to change the name once you choose it. I don't believe YouTube lets you change it. As of a couple of months ago, they weren't letting people change the names. They change stuff all the time, so that might be different now. But as of right now, you are not allowed to change your channel name once you choose it. So think about that very carefully before you choose the name. Upload your channel icon, channel art that represents your brand, your company. All right, so what's your channel icon? That would be the equivalent of your Facebook profile picture. So maybe if you're a company that wants to brand yourself as a company and not necessarily personally, I mean, you might want to do it the other way as well, but maybe put a logo there, and then your channel art would be the equivalent of your banner on your Facebook page. Right, so it's the same format in YouTube. When you start a YouTube channel, you would make sure you upload a channel icon and a channel art, which would be, like I said, the equivalent of the Facebook banner. All right, the next thing you want to do is write a channel description. So when people do go to your channel, when you post new videos and so on, when they go to your channel, you want to let them know a little bit about what your channel is going to be about, what they can expect, what type of video content you're going to be putting up there. And that'll also help them find you. If people do a search, like in a Google search, like they're trying to find a specific type of lawyer or specific type of legal advice, maybe, you know, it'll come up in the searches what your YouTube channel has, what type of videos it has, and it makes it easier to find. And then the other thing you want to do, the last thing you want to do when you're optimizing your YouTube channel is to add keywords. Right, so there's a place in there once you and I'll go over all of this. You know, anyone who needs help will be able to talk about how to do this. But you can add keyword tags that represents what type of service you offer. Right, and that makes it even easier for people to find your YouTube channel. You know, in the plethora of other YouTube channels there are out there. All right, so that's video marketing tip number two. Number three, video marketing tip number three. Content ideas. Now, once you've set up your YouTube channel, once you've optimized it, you've decked out your YouTube page, you made your channel look real nice. Now you've got to post videos, right? Now you've got to make content. You've got to actually post content onto your YouTube channel. And these are some ideas that you can use to post the videos. What type of videos are you going to post? You can do tutorial videos. You can walk someone through, if you have an area of expertise that you specialize in, you can do tutorial videos that go over how to, you know, navigate your way through maybe a divorce, you know, if you're an attorney, or, you know, do whatever, anything, really, anything you can think of that you have an area of expertise in, throw a video up there. People, believe it or not, there's tons of searches, thousands of searches that people are looking for of how-to videos and tutorial videos on particular topics. So that's one idea for a video. The other idea is current events, right? I know I actually wrote a blog. The blog was so popular that I'm in the process of doing a video for it on tips that entrepreneurs can learn from Donald Trump's presidential campaign. And it doesn't matter what your political affiliation is basically what I stated in the blog. You can learn something from how he is managing to get so much press and so much PR from his campaign. And, you know, I'm in the process of doing a video for that. So that's an example of current events that you could tie into something that you do, right? That would make an interesting video that would get viewers and get people watching. Another type of video is Q&A videos, right? A lot of times, especially attorneys, I know you'll get people either emailing or calling you asking, you know, specific questions on stuff. And what you can do is post videos of those questions. So if you have a client that asked you a particular question that you feel might be useful or valuable for maybe some of your other clients to know, you could do a video about it. And you could even credit, you know, your client or, you know, one of your customers in, for the fact that they asked you that question in the video. So Q&A videos are definitely a good video, a good type of video to put up on a YouTube channel. The other thing is be human, right? And I say this sometimes and people laugh and they go, what do you mean? Well, being human means if you have a story, you don't want to be a robot, right? People identify with other people, other human beings. If you have a particular story, if you have maybe a journey that you had to go through to be where you're at today, you know, like, for example, you know, how hard it was going through law school or graduate school, or, you know, something that is a human element of your business, of what you do, that is an excellent video to put up on a YouTube channel, because people will relate to that. People will identify with you, and they like knowing that. I mean, especially if you're a business person and you're putting up videos about your business and so on, they like knowing that they're dealing with a human being. They're dealing with a real person that has emotions and that goes through hard times like they do. And those are some of the things that you can, you know, put in a video. You can convey your human side in a video, and it really, I can tell you from personal experience, guys, it is a really, really good type of video to put up there. It gets people really connecting with you and identifying with you. All right, so those are some video marketing content ideas that you can use. All right, so on to tip number 4, producing content. And I want to put this, I put this here because a lot of times people will go through the first 2 or 3 steps. They create the YouTube channel, they optimize it and so on. And then you go back to their YouTube channel maybe 3 or 4 months or 6 months later, and it has that one initial video that, that they put up when they just started the YouTube channel. YouTube is more like a community. It is definitely user driven, right? Meaning you have to put content on there to stay relevant. Right? If you have a YouTube channel up there that you've had since, you know, 3-4 years ago and it only has 2 videos, then you're not doing what it was meant to do. Right? So I put this video tip number 4 on there so you understand how important it is to actually produce content. You've got to, you know, and listen, it doesn't mean you have to, you know, crank out a video a day or a video every week, but set a schedule. If you know you only have time to do maybe 1 video every 2 weeks, or maybe even 1 video a month, stick to a regular schedule to produce your videos, but do it consistently, right? Produce your videos and get content on your YouTube page. And you'd be surprised how much fun it is and how much you get into it when you start seeing the feedback that you get from people who say, wow, I saw your video and I got some real valuable information from that last video you posted on your YouTube channel. So stick to producing your content and stick to a schedule to produce videos. All right, so that's tip number 4. Tip number 5. This is a really important one, guys. So social media is something you absolutely have to keep in mind when you produce marketing videos, and I'll explain what I mean. Instagram, for example, has a 15-second video format. Right? And if you notice now, that is like a popular thing with the politicians now. They don't need to run 30-second ads on some of the broadcast media. Well, they do, but a lot of them are supplementing their advertising and their attack ads through Instagram, right? They're using these little 15-second videos that they're putting out there as actual commercials. So those are some of the things I want you to keep in mind. That's one of the things I want you to keep in mind when you produce videos. Some of your videos can be 15-second videos as long as they fit the format, as long as you can fit, you know, whatever little tidbit you may have. Maybe it's just like a little quick tip or information that you can put out there in 15 seconds, like a bite-sized video that you can share on Instagram, that then can be shared on Twitter, and that you can then share on Facebook. All right, so keep social media in mind when you produce videos. They don't all have to be 4 or 5 minute videos. Some of them can be little bite-sized 15-second videos that you put out there that works well for the Instagram and Facebook and Twitter platform. All right. The other thing I want you to think about when you're creating videos is reverse engineering your topics, your titles. All right. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Let's say you had an idea for a video, right? You wanted to, let's say you're a baker, right? And you wanted to put out a video on baking peanut butter cookies, right? Well, how many people out there are searching for peanut butter cookies, right? Those are some of the things you want to check before you actually create the video. So there's a way that you can go on Google keyword searches, right? And check to see how many hits, how many search hits are certain keywords getting before you actually create the video, right? And that'll give you an indication of how popular the search is, how many people are actually searching for that topic, how many people want to know about peanut butter cookies before you actually go creating a video about it. Because you may go do the research to reverse engineer your topic on Google, and you see that maybe only 20 people for the whole month search for peanut butter cookies. So it's not really that popular of a topic. So maybe you want to rethink either the title or the content of the video that you're going to produce, and kind of do an intersection of a topic that people are actually searching for, that they really want to know about, and make it fit into the video that you wanted to do initially, or the idea that you have. So that's what I mean when I say reverse engineer your topics and titles, is to check on Google first to see what type of search hits, how many hits that keyword or search phrase is getting before you actually do the video. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is having a clear call to action, especially if you're going to do a 15-second video, right? 15 seconds is really, really short. So you've got to get to the point and convey your message, and then have a call to action. What do you want this person to do when they see your video? Right? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to email you? Are you having a sale on something? What is your message? What is your call to action? So make sure that is in your video once you produce that video. Think about it, storyboard it if you have to, make notes, and make sure that your video conveys the message and the call to action that you're looking to get out there. All right. So those are my 5 video marketing tips. What's next here? All right, let's talk about equipment, right? Video, for some reason, all right, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit here. It's intimidating. For a lot of people, it's intimidating. I have a lot of clients that say, they're scared to be in front of the camera. They're like, Mike, I don't want to be on camera. I'm going to sound like an idiot. I don't want to talk. It's intimidating when you first start, right? So I'm going to give you the 3 things. It's not as hard as it looks, guys. It really isn't. I'm going to give you the 3 things you need to think about. And I oversimplified it here, obviously, but I'm going to give you the 3 things you need to think about. Having a decent camera, a high definition camera are the 3 things that you need in terms of equipment. A good microphone, because audio is 50% of video. Have we seen a video on YouTube or somewhere else and you can barely understand what the guy's saying, or the audio doesn't sound that great, and it frustrates you the whole time watching the video because you can hardly hear what they're saying. You can't make out the audio, right? And then the next thing you want to keep in mind is the lighting, right? Decent lighting. Make sure your face is lit. Make sure whatever it is that you're trying to present in the video is well lit, and you'll be fine. Believe me, you have a decent camera that shoots HD video footage, a good microphone that can pick up, decent audio, right? And good lighting. Make sure your face is well lit, the room is well lit, and you are 90% of the way there if you have these 3 things in terms of equipment. So when people say, oh, I don't know if I can produce video, really, guys, this is all you need to really produce, at least get into like the basics of producing a decent looking video for you to upload on YouTube. All right. So in terms of equipment, you're good to go with that. All right. Now, The number one, and I touched on this a little bit, the number one mistake to avoid that I see people do all the time is they start recording, they basically make a video with zero purpose, right? There's no point to the video. It doesn't tell people what they want them, what the person who made the video wants them to do. There's no call to action. There's no phone number. There's no nothing. They just basically made a video, and I'm talking about, entrepreneurs here and business people. They just made a video, and it's not, for entertainment value. Sure, you can make videos for entertainment value and so on, but they're making a video that they're trying to get people to either go buy their product or service, but there's no real call to action or purpose of the video. Like, what is the value of the video? Are you giving people some type of information? Are you entertaining them? Are you, making their lives better from the information that you're presenting through this video? So that's one of the number one mistakes to avoid. Before you hit record on your video camera, know what it is that you want to present, know what it is that you want to talk about, and know what the action is that you want your audience to take once they see your video. All right, so stay away from the record button until you know what you want to talk about, guys, is the message there. All right, next, I want to talk a little bit about our approach. We produce professional videos, so for those of you who would like us to produce some videos for you, we can certainly help you with that. I'm gonna get a little technical here. We shoot primarily with DSLR form factors and cinema grade lenses. Basically, all that means is that your video is gonna look great. All right, is what I'm saying. Your videos are gonna be broadcast quality videos. They're gonna be beautifully rendered, and it's gonna look like something that's fit for television. All right, so that's our approach when it comes to videos. Here's a couple of the case studies that we have here. One of our clients is Golson Spine. They're a chiropractor's office in Broward County. And this commercial that I'm about to show you a clip of is actually running right now on WSVN. And how we came to start helping them out is that they have, and this gets into a little bit of technical information, but long story short, they had other commercials on other stations that they thought they owned and did not own. And we went ahead and created a video for them that they own. So for those of you who want to do advertising, be sure that you own your videos if you pay for a commercial. Like I said, I don't want to get too technical with that stuff, but this is one of the case studies where we shot a commercial for Golson Spine, and it is being run on WSVN right now. And this is just a little sample of the type of work that we do. Max scored his first goal at soccer today, and now you're on your way to get ice cream. The health and safety of your family is your top priority. But when a distracted driver threatens that safety, should a lawyer's 1-800 number really be the first call you make? Golson Spine's team of doctors and physical therapists will help you and your family back to wellness and rehabilitation. After a car accident, call Golson Spine. Another case study I have for you here is Del Vecchio's Italian restaurant. We actually they came to us and they wanted actually a spot because they're sponsors at the Florida Panthers hockey arena, and they wanted a spot to air on that big screen above the ice at the Bank America Stadium. We created a commercial for them. I'm about to show it to you in a second. And, not to brag or anything, but the owner was so pleased with it that he actually bought spots on cable to run the commercial. And, we're pretty happy that the owner was so happy with our work. So Del Vecchio's ended up, increasing their business by this commercial that we did for them.
I've been around these streets a long time. You ask anybody who's anybody around here what's the best pizzeria in South Florida, they'll tell you Del Vecchio's. And if they don't, then forget about it because they don't know nothing. I mean, we're talking about Del Vecchio's here. From the streets of Brooklyn to the condos of South Florida, Del Vecchio's has dishes that would make your grandmother proud. Del Vecchio's, Italian cuisine made the old-fashioned way.
Another case study, the last one, guys, is another former client of mine is Liza Pizzarillo. She's a yoga instructor and wellness coach. And she came to me actually for more online exposure. She wanted to do some footage of her yoga and, just basically, create a website where she got people in by using video marketing. And we created a series of videos, and that's the other type of videos you can do. You can do series of videos where you talk about a particular topic in maybe 5 or 10 videos, and that's what I did for her. We created a series of yoga instruction videos that we were able to get on ehow.com, as a matter of fact, because I was also a content producer on ehow.com, who's actually affiliated with Demand Media. So we went ahead and created a series of videos for her and got her extra exposure from getting her videos on ehow.com, and that worked out really well for her. Let's go here.
Hi everybody, my name is Liza Pizzarillas from Ambrosia Lifestyle. At Ambrosia Lifestyle, we create personal as well as group wellness programs that help empower people on their health and well-being. Today we're going to focus on how to flatten your stomach and trim your waist. Now, the abdomen, we all have different relationships. So
you guys get the idea. I'm not going to have you go through the entire yoga video there. But you guys get the idea of how it works and the type of exposure you can use video to get, and how much it enhances your brand and your presence. So needless to say, video is very, very important. YouTube is great. However, for those of you wondering, right, YouTube is good for building your audience online, but are there more effective ways to reach and expand your audience, right? And the answer is absolutely. There are much more effective ways that you can use. And what if I told you you can get great results from video marketing without spending a fortune? Sorry, guys, I had to do my Neo impression there. But yeah, there are very, very, very effective ways that you can do it. And those ways are through cable TV advertising. Yes, it's not as restrictive, it's not as prohibitive as you would think. You could have a video or a commercial on cable television, all of these channels you see here, and it could cost you as low as $25 per spot, right? We've partnered with Comcast to create videos and get you a video on cable running on any one of those channels that meets the demographic of the audience you're trying to reach, and your airtime could cost you as little as $25 per spot. So you could have a commercial with airtime for less than $1,500, right? That gets you an average of maybe 30 spots, 40 spots, and you could have a commercial running on Comcast television in whatever area you choose with the commercial that you own for less than $1,500. And it's possible. And one of the reasons I bring this up is because, it's one of the things I talk to my clients about, and a lot of clients still think it's cost prohibitive to have a commercial, or no, I can't be on TV, it's too expensive. Well, you can. And I feel personally responsible for letting as many business owners and entrepreneurs know that they can do it, right? Times have changed. Advertising costs have gone down. Airtime is less now. You can absolutely reach tens of thousands of people by advertising on cable, on broadcast television, and it's not as expensive as you would think. So, I just wanted to make sure I got that in there and get that out. Kendra, did you say something?
Yeah, I know you mentioned per spot. Can you explain that for us non-TV production people? What do you mean by per spot?
Okay, so per spot is each time the ad runs. So a spot is every time the ad runs. So when you go to buy airtime on Comcast or through WSVN or NBC or wherever, they're gonna give you a per spot price that you can then basically run it out through the month, or you can say, listen, I want to pay for 100 spots over the next month. And they'll give you a per spot price based on how many spots you're purchasing, which network you're going to advertise it on, what time it's running. There are a lot of different variables that determine what the price of the spot is, but the spot is basically just the time, each time the commercial runs, each time your ad runs is what that is.
Thank you for explaining that. Now, is there a minimum amount that you have to purchase?
So we partnered with Comcast, and because of the fact that we're a production company and we've done productions with them, we've done business with them before, you actually get a discounted rate by going through us. So they give us a discounted rate that we then pass on to our clients that we produce content for. So there is a minimum, but when you go through a production company, you kind of get like a one-stop shopping type of deal, where, like I said, I can produce a commercial for you and give you 30 spots with the commercial that you own, and you're up and running. Because like you just alluded to, Kendra, a lot of folks aren't familiar with the ins and outs of producing a commercial, and then you have to go to the television station and purchase the airtime and go. It can get tedious. So we can put together a package deal where you don't have to worry about the ins and outs of it, and you can say, hey, Mike, I want this commercial to run X amount of times over 2 weeks or over a month or over 6 months, and we would take care of all of that for you. But this package is like a starter package to let people know that they can actually be on TV with an ad or a commercial. Not a problem.
I know we have Q&A coming up, but I just wanted to touch on it because you mentioned it like right then and there, and it might be something that we all forget. Thanks for clearing that up.
Not a problem. All right. So Q&A. And Kendra, I think this is where you're going to take it from here, because there are a couple of questions and rules with regard to video and advertising for attorneys specifically that are important. So if you want to go over that, that'd be great.
Yeah, before I jump into the bar rules in regards to video marketing, I do want to let you know there was a question posted, and the question was, do you have any suggestions for microphones and lighting?
Absolutely. So microphones, you don't have to get too outrageous with what you pay for a microphone. As a matter of fact, I mean, technology is so incredible. I mean, there are like handy mics that you can buy. As a matter of fact, you know what? There are apps right now on iPhones that you can actually record and tweak your audio right within the app. So I believe, I forget the name of it. So me personally, I use Rode mics and Technique mics, right? So the Rode mics, they can get a little pricey. Like for commercial production, I obviously have to use industry standard microphones. I mean, they sound better. They're great mics. But right now, there's a Rode mic that you can buy on Amazon that I think you can buy for like maybe $50, right? And you can.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, it's the one that you clip on you, right?
Well, that's a lav mic, a lavalier mic.
Okay.
Okay, so you can use one of those too. I have a few of those. That's the one. I have one that's a Technique. I have another one that's an Audio Technica, and those can get pricey. It just goes to the quality of sound that you want. Obviously, I'm producing commercial grade, video footage and so on. So I use, commercial grade microphones that get great audio. It doesn't mean that there aren't some, even some $30 microphones out there that are lavalier mics that sound awesome. And one of them, it's called an Audio Technica. That's a lav mic. That's the one that you clip on your shirt that you just mentioned, Kendra. And you can get that on Amazon for maybe, I want to say like $30. And then there's also the apps, right, that you can record directly into your iPhone, and you can actually tune your audio to make it sound really, really nice, really rich when you pair it with your video.
Awesome. Right. Yeah, I guess it's the lav, because I got it for periscoping. I do have one, because obviously if you're out and about, it's harder for people to hear you. And that's something you want to take into consideration. If you're going to be recording videos out and about, that you do want to get some form of mic for sure, because your camera will pick up all of the audio.
Exactly. Those microphones on those cameras are room cameras. They're not directional cameras. They're not cameras that you use for video production and audio production. They're going to pick up everything in the room. So it's a good idea. That's a great idea, actually, Kendra, to get a lavalier mic, because they're really not that expensive, and you can run it right into a camera if you have one, or you can run it right into your phone if you're using your phone to record.
Awesome. All right. And then the other question is 1 month of 30 spots shown to be effective?
And my answer, I apologize to whoever asked that question, because my answer is going to be, it depends. It just depends. I mean, what is the service that is being offered? Because typically, repetition is what gets people calling you, right? So I've seen different results. So for example, like one of my clients is a car dealership, right? They need to do 2, 3, 4 months of advertising before people even pay attention to them. And then I'll have another client who's a restaurant, and they can advertise for a week and start noticing a difference in people coming through the doors and buying, patronizing their restaurant, and their sales going up. So it just depends on what the product or service is. But typically a month is a good time. A month is a good amount of time to, it just depends on the amount of spots that you do. I think the question is 30 spots, and 30 spots is a good start, right, to get a campaign going.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Mike. All right, so here goes the fun stuff for attorneys. What rules apply to YouTube videos? Well, if you post videos on YouTube or other video sharing sites that are used solely for purposes that are unrelated to the practice of law, then they are not subject to the lawyer advertising rules. On the other hand, if your videos are used to promote you or your law firm's practice, they are subject to lawyer advertising rules. Now, keep in mind that you should still, oh, sorry, Mike.
No, that was me.
Okay. Keep in mind that you should, obviously it's considered advertising if you're using and creating advertising videos. If you're doing simple Q&A videos, then you're fine. It's almost similar to a Facebook page. So you do not have to file your Facebook page or your YouTube page with the bar. However, if you purchase advertising on Google, on YouTube or Facebook, you are subject to the filing rules under the bar. And this would also be the same thing if you are purchasing ads on TV, right? So there you go.
All right. So are there any other questions? Like, I know I covered a lot here. There's a lot. I mean, video marketing, you could really get down into the weeds when you talk about the technical stuff and so many other things. But are there any other questions about anything I covered today?
I know you mentioned content. Do you have any tips in regards to, producing content? Would you recommend that the lawyer do like a batch production, which is more than one at a time, and release it over time? Or?
Absolutely. That's a great tip, Kendra. That's exactly what I was going to suggest, especially for attorneys. Produce in batches, right? So you can, I mean, the topics that you guys as attorneys can discuss are endless. So what you can do is you can pick a particular topic. Let's say it's divorce, right? You can pick divorce and say, here are 10 things that you need to manage your divorce or something. I don't know, however you would phrase that. And you can actually do 10 different videos on the one topic of divorce. I'm sure you could do a lot more than 10, but that would be a great way to do a particular topic. And then you could move on to, different types of litigation and stuff like that, and do different series of videos for each topic that you want to discuss. So not only does that give you a lot of content, but then you start to become more known because you have more videos on different topics out there that people actually want. I mean, look at what's the search for divorce in Google, just in Fort Lauderdale alone. It's probably like 40 or 50,000, right, Kendra? Like every day of people searching searching the search term for divorce, and they probably have search phrases like, maybe divorce, or different type variations of a particular topic on divorce that, you could look up that people aren't making videos on, and that would be your niche. I mean, that is what would get you in front of a lot of people who are searching for information on these particular topics. And when you look on YouTube or when you look on Google, there is no attorney doing videos on it. So that would be a great way for you to get in front of a lot of potential clients who want help with this stuff. They want more information on this stuff. So yes, doing a series on a particular topic that has maybe 10 or 15 videos is a great way to approach putting content out there.
Thanks for answering that question, Mike. And my other question for you is, if you have a practice and you practice more than one area of law, so let's say you do criminal law, family law, a bit of bankruptcy, and whatever walks through the door, do you recommend that the attorney has a different channel for each area of law?
No. Because here's what you can do, right? If you're an attorney, people know you're an attorney. If you have on your website what areas you practice, what you can do is create different playlists. So if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see that I have a playlist for client projects. Then I'll have a playlist for the work I've done on eHow. Then I'll have a playlist for the work that I've done with another group of people like Demand Media or About.com, because I was a content producer for them which is a subsidiary of the New York Times. I was a content producer for them for about 3 years. So I lost count of how much content I produce for them. So you don't need a different channel. You can just create playlists. So when people go to that playlist, they see the different topics that you have videos on. And so if they want to learn about divorce, or if they want to learn about traffic or personal injury, they can see from going to and Kendra, can I pull up my YouTube channel just to give a visual of?
Sure, go right ahead. Oh, okay. just for everyone in the group, I kind of left off one other part in regards to the Standing Committee on Advertising. They also stated that videos posted solely on video sharing sites, just as YouTube, are information at the request of the prospective client, and therefore they're not required to be filed with the Florida Bar for review. I know I touched on if you're advertising on YouTube or Facebook or anything like that using video, but I wanted to let you know if you're putting content out there such as Q&A questions or how-tos, those are looked at as information for prospective clients, and you don't need to file that. And there is a whole advertising handbook that the bar has put together that you can review that provides all that information, all that fun stuff in there as well.
So this is what I mean here. So you have my YouTube channel, and then you have different sections here. So you'll see here, and these are what's called playlists. Okay, so you'll see here client projects, then my little entertainment where I edit little outtakes from some of the shoots I've done, little funny outtakes, and then eHow Productions. And then I have another section here that's a Success TV that actually routes to my website. So you can set up playlists that show or showcase a particular topic. To answer your question, Kendra, if you're an attorney that has different areas of law that you practice, you don't need a separate YouTube channel. You can showcase all of your content in separate areas on your channel if you practice different areas of law.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that information. And you had mentioned call to action. I forgot to ask you to explain to the viewers what are call to actions, and if possibly an example of one or two.
Okay, so a call to action is simply what you want someone to do, right? It could be, do you want them to visit your website? Do you want them to like your Facebook page? Do you want them to subscribe to your YouTube channel? That is your call to action. Your call to action is whatever you want, like the most vital part of your message is what your call to action is. So that is something that you absolutely want people to do, and what you want, the last thing you want them to remember from your video is your call to action, right? And you absolutely have to make sure that that is prominent, whether you use recency, meaning you do it at the last part of your video, or you use repetition where you say it throughout the video, or it stays on the screen. you know, you must have a call to action, and definitely let people know what it is that you want them to do from that video, right? You know, I remember when I just started producing YouTube videos, I was like, man, I'm not getting any interaction from it. I'm not getting any engagement. You know, I'm putting up these videos, and you know what was missing? Call to action. I wasn't telling people, like at the end of my videos, when I started telling people, please subscribe to my channel, like and I saw the difference immediately. Once I told people what I wanted them to do at the end of my videos, it changed. Like people followed the like they did what you wanted them to do. If they liked your content, they like what you had to say, usually 9 times out of 10, they're going to do what you're asking them to do.
Well, Mike, we can possibly go on these topics and tips for days. I know you have so many that you can share with us, but I won't do that to you because I know you just got back from doing a video production for a commercial. Yeah.
Yes, I did. It was a commercial, and if I sound winded, Kendra, and everyone who's listening, it's because we're shooting a commercial. I just got done shooting a commercial for ESPN, which I was so excited for this, man. For you football fans out there, I got a chance to work with Coach John Gruden, who's a Super Bowl winning quarterback of the Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm actually in Tampa right now, and I got a chance to work with him. What my agent did not tell me, however, Kendra, is that part of the shoot is that I was going to be actually playing a football player, and we actually did NFL drills this morning for 4 hours as part of the shoot.
Oh, that sounds exciting. I think that's the reason they didn't tell you. It was just so exciting. They wanted to keep the stuff and make it a surprise. It
was a 2-day shoot. We shot like in a conference room yesterday for like a meeting scene. And then today we were out on a football field. And you guys can look out for the commercial once football season starts. It's going to be on Monday Night Football. It's for Nationwide, you know, that insurance company?
Yes.
Nationwide is on your side. That commercial, it's going to be on there. But it was so funny that I was there since 6 o'clock this morning running football drills for 4 hours. It was incredible.
That sounds like a fun morning. And I'm happy you were able to make it back in time to give us all these great tips.
I'm glad I was able to make it back too.
Well, you guys, Mike, if you want to go ahead and put up your contact information up there, I'll go ahead and turn the screen over to you.
Yeah.
And if you have any more questions, you want to reach out to Mike. He's had more tips. He's not, you know, there's only so much he can do within this presentation. So if you have more questions or you want to get more tips or you want to consult with him, go ahead and put up your contact information, Mike, and I'll go ahead and switch the screen over so they can see it. You can go ahead and contact Mike and have him help you with your video marketing or, you know, help you get going with that.
So speaking of call to action, right? We've been harping on call to action. This is my call to action, guys. This is what I want you to do. My email is right there. I want everyone, I'm actually going to give you these slides, okay? I'm going to email to everyone who emails me at the email there, successmediasolutions.com@gmail.com. So it's actually our URL at gmail.com, right? So it's successmediasolutions.com@gmail.com. Email me and I will send you these slides, right? It'll be a good start for you. It'll have all the tips. It'll give you some information. And then if you have any questions whatsoever, if you need help, if you need, you know, if you just want to call me and say, hey, how would I shoot this, or you know, what camera should I buy, or whatever. Or if you need more professional help, if you just like for us to come out and, you know, help you with a video series and make it look nice and you know, a broadcast quality commercial, email me and I will send you these slides and also help you with whatever your video marketing needs are. So that is my call to action. I'd like everyone who, you know, enjoyed the presentation today, everyone who found the information valuable, email me and I will first and foremost send you this presentation, so you'll have it, and then you will have you can call me as well if you ever need any tips or advice or any other sort of help. All right, so yeah, email me and I'll help you out.
Thanks again, Mike. You have been awesome. This was a good presentation, and I appreciate again you taking the time out to assist us with this. And provide us with lots of great tips. And obviously, you have his contact information if you have some questions that pop up while you're attempting to make your way into the video marketing world. Don't be afraid to reach out to Mike, and obviously take advantage of that awesome Comcast Spotlight promotion that they have going on. Thanks again, Mike. You have a great day.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
All right.